Midnight Music Mix.
Music to me is a part of my everyday life. It's nutrition for the soul. It's just like the food you put in your body. It's important what you're putting in there because it's going to come out in your playing. Um, so just like a healthy meal, it's good for your body. Just like listening to a record that it's going to inspire you. It's important. It's nutrition. It's medicine. Uh, Music to me is um, therapeutic, whether you're playing as a musician or listening. I think if you are a musician, listening to music is just important as playing and running and practicing. And um, so it is. Music is my church. Everyday life impacts music making experiences. I feel the bands that or artists that I relate to or really dig are artists that are putting emotion into their music. So I don't want to go see an artist that's kind of playing the same thing over and over every night. I want to kind of relate to what that artist is going through, whether it had just lost a family member or it had raising a baby or just had a kid. Or I feel like when you get up on stage that night, you need to be channeling your emotion and tapping into an emotion. And that being said, I feel like whatever the song is whatever the song is about, you don't want to just shred and play, run your scales or whatever. You want to kind of, if you're a soloist, you want to kind of make your solo section just as important as a verse. You want to tell your story. During this pandemic, I think I have been listening to a lot of music. How I've been listening to music is a little different. I think you need to be a little more intentional with your listening. Um, Say, for example, being a musician, being out on the road, you're kind of surrounded by the sound of your band or the opening band, or whatever's around you. You're kind of wrapped up in it, or you got your headphones in the van, or learning tunes before the gig. Um, so, but with the pandemic going on and us at home, I think you have to kind of allot a time during the day to listen and to really listen. And because I think it can be easy to get distracted and to turn on the TV or do something else than, like I said earlier, like music it's medicine and it's nutrition, and it's important to listen just as it is to practice, to train your ear. um, it's I think during the pandemic too, it's been a little, I think a lot of musicians can relate. It's been a little, you know, it's hard to find inspiration, and so you got to search for it. You can't, sometimes it'll just come to you, but a lot of times you got to work at it to find that. So I would, during this pandemic, I've been a little reminiscent and nostalgic, just thinking back to, why I started to play guitar, and turning on a record that inspired me early on, and realizing this is why I do it. And I just had a little baby boy, and when I'm playing for him, he's so amazed and enthralled by one note, or just the sound of a note or chord. It's not really a melody or anything, or a chord progression. It's just the sound. And that's what I want to get back to, is just being amazed by one note.
Midnight Music Mix.